So, Clay, there's a lot here, but I want everyone to understand, if nothing else, it's just amazing to watch so many people who make a living, allegedly in journalism and media, and supposedly care about free speech, who are in abject meltdown right now, literally shaking because Elon Musk he's not going to suppress the left. He's never said that. He just says free speech might be coming to Twitter, and the Democrats panic. We all know why.
This could be, Buck. I woke up this morning, immediately we're text threading. This could be if Elon Musk were able to buy Twitter. This could be the biggest moment for free speech, and I don't think I'm exaggerating this, in most of our lives, in terms of what the impact could be for having someone who was fundamentally committed to the marketplace of ideas, that you should be able to have robust, uninhibited debate, that Twitter is not going to censor you when you have an opinion that may be outside of the mainstream, that Twitter is not going to block you when you say that there's a difference between men and women and that you can't just choose your gender, that we could have inside of Twitter a real, true town square, as you put it. And I understand people out there who say, well, just go sign up for Gab, or go sign up for Truth Social, or go sign up for Rumble, and go sign up for Parler, and all these different competing companies. And I give credit to everybody who is trying to compete. But people are not going to, en masse, abandon Twitter and go to a new version of Twitter. It's just not going to happen. Twitter is the place where influence and debate is magnified on an epic scale. So for those of you out there who don't know what's going on, Elon's officially offered $54.20 a share to buy the company. That news came down about 6:30 a.m. This morning. And Elon is obviously the richest man in the world right now. But Twitter stock is now down a little bit on the day, which to me, I had a lot of conversations with people, Buck. They expect for the Twitter board, the people that I talk to reject this offer from Elon Musk, and then we will get into a real battle. Now, maybe Twitter's got some sort of, they call it all the time, a white knight, somebody who's going to ride in and pay more money than Elon Musk offered, get into a bidding war. Somebody else that they like more is offering more substantial dollars. But this is a battle for the ages. I really don't think it's an exaggeration to say that. To your point earlier, Buck, I do believe that Twitter and social media as a group turned the outcome of the 2020 election with what they allowed to be shared and what they allowed to be discussed. I think that social media led to the disastrous lockdown universe that has existed for the last 2 years because they shouted down people like you and me, your kids wearing masks, your kids being out of school. Rather than allow real debate to occur, Twitter consistently puts their finger on the scale and weighs it in the way that they decide is appropriate.
I think there is panic because of exactly what you laid out going forward, that the Democrat left has gotten really used to being able to. And remember, if they just ban, people say, well, you're on Twitter, Buck and Clay are on Twitter. Yeah, but the point is, when there's a contentious moment, when there's an election, when it really matters, they throttle you, they suspend you, they shut you down, and that shifts the Overton window. That shifts the conversation nationally because of what is allowable online, right? They want people like you and me with substantial followings that tweet, witty, interesting stuff. They want us using their platform, but they want it to be by their rules in ways that do not go after their sacred cows. Now, there's also the issue of if Elon were, and they're meeting today at 1 Eastern time, the board, I would bet money, and I don't think you and I can't bet because we agree on this one, they're absolutely going to reject it. That alone is fascinating because for a company to reject an offer that would make all the shareholders money and would be backed by the literal richest man in the world shows you how important this is to the left. So for all the people listening who don't use Twitter and are in parts of the country where everyone's like, Twitter, who cares? Let me tell you, this is essential to Biden and Kamala and Pelosi and CNN. Although Clay and I might actually take up a collection today on the street and buy CNN Plus for, couple of $100 maybe. I mean, everyone's saying CNN Plus is going to be in the auction block here soon, too.